Hello, this is Hams from the patio, and today we are adding fractions with different denominators. And so don't worry about it. I'll show you how to do it. When we're adding fractions with different denominators, we want to find the least common multiple of the denominators. In other words, we want to find the smallest number that both of our denominators will divide into. And then we'll solve it through the process, and let's show you how to do it. So I'm going to do these vertically. We have 1/3 plus 1/4. What I want to do again is find the least common multiple or the smallest number that both 3 and 4 would divide into. And the quickest way to get there is to use the larger denominator. 4, the multiples of 4 is 8, and 3 does not go into 8. And then I go 12, and 3 divides into 12, so 12 would be our least common multiple. Some would say least common denominator, so however you want to refer to it. And then we're just simply 12 divided by 4 is 3, and then 3 times 1 is 3 here. And then right here, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and then we'll multiply 4 times 1 is 4 here. And now I'll just simply add the numerators. I'll highlight that in red. 4 plus 3, and we'll keep the denominator 12. And so 4 plus 3 is 7, and 12 is our denominator. And so our answer is 7/12. And so simple as that. Let's try this next one. So I have 2/5 plus 1/4. And so let's write our question out. 2/5 plus 1/4. And we want to find the least common denominator or least common multiple of 5 and 4. And again, use the larger denominator, 5, because you'll get to the least common denominator faster. So 5, then you have 10, 4 does not divide into 10. Then you have 15, 4 does not divide into 15. And then you have 20. 4 divides into 20, so that is our least common denominator, 20. And so now we'll take 20, let's do this in red. We'll take the 20, and how this is done, we'll take the 20 and divide it by 4. Let's write it out here, what I'm doing. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then I'll take the 5 and multiply it times the 1. And 5 times 1 is 5. So we'll do the same thing here. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So I'll say 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 times 2 in this case is equal to 8. And so we have 8 here. So then we'll simply add 8 plus 5. And we have 8 plus 5, which is 13. And so our final answer is 13 over 20. So adding up the numerators. Okay, let's look at 3 over 10 plus 5 over 20. You can reduce this fraction down if you want to, but we'll just leave it as is. And let's just go ahead and add it straight up. So we have 3/10 plus 5/20. Again, we'll start with the larger denominator, which is 20. And we'll see that 10 divides into 20, so 20 is our least common denominator. And so we'll do it. You look at the process. Let's bring this down here so you can see the process that I did up here. That I'll do the same process. I'll take 20 and divide it by 20, which is 1. And then 1 times 5 is 5. And then we'll take 20 here and divide it by 10, which is 2. And 2 times 3 is 6. And now I'll just add the numerators. 6 plus 5 is 11. We have 11/20. Okay, next, we have 9/12 plus 3/8. So we have 9/12 plus 3/8. Right, the least common denominator out of 12 and 8, again, start with the larger denominator, which is 12, and then count the multiples of 12. That's why I say least common multiple. And so 12, 8 does not divide into 12, and then the next multiple of 12 is 24. 8 divides into 24, and so that is our least common multiple, or the smallest number that both 8 and 24, both 8 and 12 will divide into. So now 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 24 divided by 12 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. So we have 18 over 24 plus 9 over 24. And 18 plus 9 is 27. So we have 27 24ths. Okay, and your teacher may want you to reduce this or convert it to a mixed number. However, your teacher may want you to do this. Um, so this can be reduced down first by a factor of 3. You can reduce this to 9 over 8 because 3 divides into 27 9 times and 3 divides into 24 8 times. And then 9 divided by 8 is 1, and there's 1 left over. So we have 1/8. This could also, these two fractions can be reduced. They can be reduced before you add them up. And let's show you that one. Let's erase this, and let's reduce both fractions first, and then add them up. So I'll take 9/12, and I can reduce that to 3/4. So this reduces to 3/4. I'll write it right here. And then since we can reduce that to 3/4, and then we have 3/8. Let's work it like that. So we have 3/4 and 3/8, and see if we get the same answer. And so we have 8 is our largest denominator here, so we'll start there. And 4 does divide into 8, and so 4 is a factor of 8. And so 8 is our least common denominator. And so we see we already have the denominator of our answer that we had originally. And so now 8 divided by 8 1 times, 3 times 1 is 3. And 8 divided by 4 2 times, 2 times 3 is 6. And we have 6 plus 3 is 9, so you see we end up with the 9/8 again, like we did on the last problem. You can rewind the video back to see that. And then we can reduce this if your teacher wants you to reduce it further by converting it to a mixed number. 8 divides into 9 1 time, and at least 1 left over. And so that's 1/8. So we have 1 and 1/8. Finally, let's do this last one. We have 3/8 plus 1/3. And so we'll go ahead and simply, let's line these up. 3/8 plus 1/3. Again, we're going to look for our greatest common denominator or least common denominator. And again, use the larger denominator. So 8, we'll use the factors of 8. The next factor of 8 or multiple of 8 is 16. 3 does not divide into 16. So we'll go to the next multiple of 8, which is 24. And 3 does divide into 24 evenly. And so 24 is our least common denominator. And then we'll just do the same process. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 1 times 8 is 8. And 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. And then we can just simply add these up. 9 plus 8 is 17. And so therefore we end up with 17 over 24. All right, hopefully that helps you out with these. And I'll put a plus sign right here. Hopefully that helps you out with these. And the process right here that I did, you can do this process on all of them and it'll work. I just didn't want to write it out on all of them. But that's how it goes. That's how you can just simply add fractions with different denominators. That's how I do it. I don't know how they teach you, but that's how I do it. But I thank you for watching and I wish you much success.